y'all, it's Stephie and welcome back to my channel. So I'm just having my morning cup of coffee, and before I get started with my workday, I thought I would go ahead and answer a question that I got over on Instagram. One of y'all DM'd me, and I thought it was a really good just topic to chat with y'all about, whether accounting is really a stable profession to be in, and just some tips for, I guess, all of our mindset during this pandemic. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Today's question comes from Tran. So she's a senior in college, an audit internship lined up for spring of 2021, but recently she's seen some of her friends being laid off in public accounting or their internships being terminated due to the pandemic. She's also read that some firms are doing layoffs, and one of the main reasons she chose accounting was the job stability, and she's getting anxious as she gets close to graduating. She's afraid that either her internship will be canceled or she won't receive a full-time offer at the end of the internship. You've been in the field for a long time. What are your thoughts on this, and what advice do you offer for students like me who are graduating during this pandemic? And I'll touch on the whole, will AI take over our jobs as well? So I'm gonna chat about that too. If you've been watching my channel for a while, then you know one of the reasons why I originally chose to get an accounting degree was because of the job stability. And I'm going to link that video up here in the cards for you in case you're newer to my channel and you haven't seen it. And I'll also have a bunch of videos in the description box in case you want to get up to speed, or maybe you just want to get a refresher. I knew from doing research and my mom that, you know, people in the accounting profession are usually always in demand, whether you're doing regular general ledger accounting, financial reporting, taxes, audit. There's a need for accountants. I still think that that's the case. I think that it really depends on the market that you're in. City centers where a lot of businesses are, there are going to be a lot of opportunities there. And I'm talking about, you know, in general, non-pandemic times, right? There's demand for certain specialized skills like auditors, people with technical accounting knowledge. I still think that the accounting profession is a good profession to go into in general. What's happening right now is so unprecedented that, you know, no one other than essential workers, I feel, are guaranteed to have their job. And that's not because of the profession. It's literally because of something completely out of anyone's control. That's what I'm saying. You know, let's not get into conspiracy theories, but it's outside of anyone's control what's happening to the economy, like anyone here at our level, right? Like not at the politics level and everything, just uncharted territory. When I started my college journey 15 years ago, I never knew that in 2020, there's gonna be this pandemic and, you know, people are going to be losing their jobs because the economy has, you know, been reduced to what it is right now because of us having to stay at home. Could be me just being an optimistic person and always trying to find like the positive. I still get recruiting emails even today. That shows me that there are still jobs out there that are hiring. It's possible that you go into a company that is directly affected, like hospitality or airlines. Those definitely will be and have been impacted, as well as obviously public accounting firms, those who audit companies that have been directly affected by what's going on. So there is a ripple effect there, but that's not to say it's because of accounting in general. And you just never know. It does scare me that even, you know, my job's not guaranteed. What this pandemic has shown me is just to be very grateful. And I feel like, and I'm just sharing my thoughts because hopefully it'll help you guys. I feel like I maintain like a grateful mindset. That's kind of like what I just strive to always look for the positive, always look for the bright side, because, you know, you never want to take anything for granted. I feel for all of those who have been impacted by what's going on right now. These hard times, if you've been directly impacted by it, I know that it's hard. While I haven't been directly impacted financially, excuse me, I have been impacted. I've lost a family member to COVID. While I haven't been directly impacted with my job, you know, it definitely has given me a lot of food for thought. The gravity of what's going on has definitely sunk in for me, and I'm sure it has, hopefully it has for you guys as well. You know, obviously financially is not a great thing either, but you know, when lives are being lost, like it's a real thing and it's a serious thing. And anyways, okay, I'm gonna get off that topic because I don't want to get into it. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting off topic. I think it's still a good profession to go into. I still am a proponent for it, obviously. While I am looking to start up my own like coaching business on the side, that's not because of me wanting to get out of accounting. It's me taking a leap of faith to pursue like my passion, which is being here for y'all and giving y'all friendly sisterly advice and being more available for you guys. Also, I don't have the commute like I usually do, so I have a little bit more time in my day, so why not? Anyways, that's besides the point. Still think that it's a valuable profession. They're still looking for accounting professionals. Every company for the most part has been impacted and has either had to lay people off or furlough people. Furloughing meaning that they are on unpaid leave for a certain amount of time. A lot of jobs that are out there are ones where they're looking for people with high-level skills. You know, they're looking for people who can analyze, who can get their hands dirty if they need to. They're not looking for people who are just like data entry, at least, you know, for the most part, from what I see in the recruiting emails. They're looking for more high-level analytical skills, but you don't get there until you like build the basic skills as well. So I wanted to touch on, will AI take over our jobs? You know, artificial intelligence is definitely the future. It's coming whether we like it or not. In my point of view, I don't believe the accounting profession and the audit profession are going to be completely wiped out. It's taking away that manual detail, you know, sifting through hundreds of thousands of lines on an Excel sheet or transactions in a general ledger based on certain risk factors or whatever. It'll identify maybe things that are exceptions, and then those will get brought up to someone who will look into that in particular. In the short-term future, AI is going to be taking away more of just like the you don't have to really think about it type task. It's getting accountants and auditors to look at things more at a high level. Potentially in the future, could it completely wipe out the profession? Sure, you know, that's a possibility. Look at where we're at today with the pandemic. I don't know if any of us thought we'd be at home for, you know, 2 months so far. So anything's possible, but for me, I really am not worried about that for my lifetime. To be out of a job completely, I really don't feel like that's gonna happen. I hope I'm not, but I could be wrong. Until things are completely foolproof, where AI is so intelligent that there's no errors whatsoever, they're still gonna need that human factor of validations to make sure that things are correct. There are exceptions to something, looking into it. For public accountants, doing the required tests and procedures to be able to form an opinion on the financial statements, validating financial statements will still require accountants in our profession. That's how I feel about AI taking over the accounting profession. I will always update you guys if my opinion changes as time goes on, obviously, but that's how I feel today. Lastly, what advice do I have for students like Tran who are graduating during the pandemic? This is what I do for all things in life and practice this over and over and over again, not to worry about the future. I know it's easier said than done. I think that it's, you know, a good thing to plan for the future. I think it's good to have goals for the future. So as you're figuring out your plan, obviously thinking about what could happen in the future and then trying to, you know, have plans to mitigate those things from happening, like, you know, having savings and all those other things. But I really don't think it does any good to worry yourself over what may happen in the future if it's out of your control. If you like accounting, you've enjoyed it throughout your college studies, and there's no other factors to why you would not want to be in the accounting profession, you know, I don't think it's time for you to jump ship and go into nursing. Sometimes we have to like temper our feeling of needing to be reactive to something. Instead, you know, weather the storm out. For those of you who are graduating right now, if you like accounting, you have things lined up for you. As of right now, you have, you know, an internship. Continue to prep yourself for that. Staying aware of what's happening in the, you know, in the world, in the news, in the economy. If you start seeing that a company is going bankrupt and that's where you're supposed to go, you know, maybe start looking for another opportunity. But you have to keep just aware of what's going on. And then secondly, you know, as you see things affecting your plan that you have right now, being flexible and figuring out ways to proactively get yourself into a more safe position. If you really feel like your internship is at jeopardy, then start looking for other ones. Potentially there might not be many right now, and you just have to, you know, stay optimistic, keep looking for things out there if that's what you really want to do. But I wouldn't stress yourself out not feeling great or just kind of having a cloud over your head. If it's out of your control right now, there's nothing you can do about it right now. Like, just be at peace with it. Put your mind onto other things, more productive things like studying or whatever it is that's more productive for you. Right now and in other times, harder times in your life, I really think that mindset is everything. Being able to find productive ways to deal with stress or anxiety. I'm not trying to be controversial, but I feel like there's a skill to that at some point in time. Adapting yourself to the certain circumstances, stay apprised of what's going on in the news. You know, if the company that you're going to go work for is going under, emotionally and mentally strong. This is hard times. Trust me, I'm with you guys. Optimistic and positive as we possibly can to deal with the stresses of life. Practicing that right now with what's going on, you can use that as a skill in the future, because there are going to be other situations in life that come up that will test dealing with stress mechanisms. Those are kind of just my thoughts about what's going on right now. I'm not trying to paint a beautiful rainbow on what's going on, but at the same time, you know, I don't personally find anything productive in just staying in a negative mindset. I want to find ways to get myself, my family, y'all through it. We should be realistic, but also try to stay positive as much as we can. And trust me, I have days and moments where I'm not positive and I kind of get into a funk. We all have those moments. In those moments, being kind to yourself, taking care of yourself in whatever fashion that is. If you're in those situations, go work out, talk to someone. So I think that's going to conclude this video. I hope you'll have a great day, a great week. If there's any friendly sisterly advice that y'all would like me to chat about with you here on YouTube, then leave them in the comments below and I'll be sure to get to them. I hope y'all are all doing as well as you can be. Just know that we're going to get through this all together. So stay safe, stay positive, and stay healthy. And I'll talk to y'all in my next video. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Ooh, excuse me. Pardon me. What you doing? Oh, I don't know. Okay. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Oh, Lord help me. You know, going for right now, sorry, there's a bunch of trucks driving by. Was that 14 years ago? 15 years ago? Something like that. Pandemic. The typical, I'm sorry y'all. I'm really sorry, so if there's background noise, just please bear with me. I just want to get through this. Oh my God, people move. Come on, come on. Waiting for these people to go on and move on. You know, we've got conversations going on over here. Please move it, please. I mean, dang. Y'all, oh my God. Because people who live next door left like literally a mountain of trash bags. And I don't know why they're not picking them up, but they're not, but they're moving on. So let's move on, okay? What was I talking about? Okay, thank you. All right, let's get going. So yeah, so that's my personal and stuff like that. So anyways, I'm not trying to get into it for that reason. I'm just saying, what am I trying to say? So yeah, so, sneeze. Excuse me. Yeah, that's, yeah. So I think that's gonna conclude this.